Hello and welcome back to another Prezi HD video, and today we've got another Birmingham City career mode episode. It is episode 9 of season 1. You're probably wondering, where the hell has this career mode been? I don't know. And very briefly at the start of the video, I did just want to reiterate that it is indeed the 7th day of Christmas now. And it is New Year's Eve. So try not to get too smashed tonight, but maybe have a little bit of a drink, but don't drink drive. Don't drink drive. No, don't do that. Just definitely don't do that. You can see we are actually the lowest scoring team in the championship at the moment, which is incredibly worrying. They're highlighting Che Adams as one of the men who seems to not be performing quite too well for us this year. We need a really solid striker, and Che Adams, at the moment, just isn't finishing. You've got players like Fabrini, and they're assisting enough chances. But with our dreadful form, with how we played in episode 8, we seem to have a little bit of a refresh in episode 8. We seem to do a little bit better. Players like Barrera are influencing the team quite a lot. But we definitely need a bit more oomph added into the squad. There's no creativity. There's no influence. There's lacking creativity up front, lacking leadership in front as well, because you've got players like Morrison at the back, and the defence is rock solid at the moment. In fact, we are also the best defensive team in the league, so it's working both ways, but I think, really, attack is the priority. You can be as good defensively as you like, but if you can't score a goal, as Michael Owen would say, you're not going to win the game. And it is, of course, our defence which slips up this time around. QPR get the goal. It is Rukarov who manages to get a 1-0 lead here at Loftus Road. Really, really, really heartbreaking. We'd played okay this game. We hadn't created too much, but with a few lacklustre chances with players like Tesche. They were loose. They were sort of frayed knots, if you like. And unfortunately, we come away with a 1-0 loss. There's a player, Sandro, there, somehow in the championship. The kid, he could be so much better, because Sandro isn't a half-bad player. He's clearly only there for the money. So that wasn't the best of starts to the episode. In fact, it was a dreadful start to the episode. And like I said, if you depend upon your defence, then eventually they're going to concede a few. We need more goals. That is the simple fact. Can we fix that here today against Preston? Preston are a decent team, and you can see that they are very good, but then that happens. So after a David Davis headed goal, which was a fantastic goal, there is an error. So unfortunately, it appears like we're not going to actually be able to play a 1-0 lead out. So let's start again. There we go. Here is a fresh start to the Preston game. I don't know what happened on my PlayStation then, but an error code came up. I had it back in FIFA 16, I had it back in FIFA 15. That error, wherever it is in the code, seems to still be prevalent. And you can see Preston aren't doing half bad this year. They're in 7th at the moment, and we are in 14th. We've rose up the league from 18th position because of last episode. But that loss against QPR, in fact, was that loss against QPR in the Cup? I think it was. So we might have just bowed out the Cup. I'm not actually too sure. But you can still see we remain the lowest scoring team because we didn't score. No, it was definitely in the league last game against QPR. So we just can't seem to get them goals in. And you can see Gary Rowett there. Gary Rowett. He is not very happy. Fabrini as well, looking on in absolute shame. He can supply the assists, but we need more clinical finishing. And unfortunately, it is the former Premier League giants. They used to be fantastic in Division 1, Preston, all those years ago. One of the original Football League teams, of course. They were battering us. You can see the first few opportunities of this game fell to them, and they finished one of them off. Brilliant reverse ball, lovely bit of play, and then a complete whack into the roof of the net, and it hit top bins. So, Ian Doyle, he gets a goal, and we are 1-0 behind. It's his second goal this season in the Championship. But we weren't letting up there. Fabrini, he wanted something to come from this game, and he let one fly. Unfortunately, it just wasn't quite accurate enough, and the power just rode it over, and slightly wide as well, I believe. So we go in at half-time at a 1-0 scoreline. So we're actually in a worse position than we were last game. And I don't get that Preston are doing really well this year. They're up or about the playoffs promotion areas, but we just aren't competing at the moment. Our board objective is to fight for promotion. This isn't happening. It's just not happening. But a lovely pass into Donaldson. Looks like it could be the opportunity. Unfortunately, the big man up top, he doesn't quite finish it, and you can see the crunching tackle that he just put in then, which is a complete foul, a dreadfully late challenge. And then there's another cross put in, and for some reason, none of my players react. None of my players move. We have Grounds was it, on the left back position, and Caddis goes in for the tackle. Morrison has already pulled across. The left back there, I can't work out who that was. Was that Grounds? He doesn't come across in time, and my player is completely free. And then I don't have a flying clue what went wrong there. Morrison came in from behind. I don't think that was a red card personally. I know it was from behind. I think he got the ball reasonably though. Unfortunately, I really underestimated the Preston attacker. Caddis isn't happy, as you can see, and well, they get a free kick. Kujak was coming out though. It was a dangerous situation. So despite the fact that Morrison now will be suspended, I'm happy that we didn't concede. But was that really worth it? Would I have preferred to have gone with a 3-0 loss? I don't know, because the one benefit at the moment is our defence. But like I said again, another game, 90 minutes gone, and no goals. It's really starting to become a worrying problem in this division. We will fall down the league again if we don't sort this out this episode. So, we need to regroup. We need to go back to square one. We need a fresh start, and right now, coming up in a moment's time, you'll see that we have actually got a squad report, and you can see how our players are getting on. Kujak's actually in decline at the moment too, unfortunately, and our second goalkeeper isn't doing too much either. You got Cogley improving a little bit there, and then if you want to pause on any particular player, do so. Got Reece Oxford improving, which is excellent, so is Cleary. Paul Robertson, of course, Big Robbo is going down, and then you've got Johnson Grounds there. Liex Yupeng not doing much. Not surprising that a lot of my players aren't actually improving at all. Keithton Bell's doing okay though. David Davis has improved, which surprised me, to be honest, at his age. I mean, I know that he's not that old, but I didn't expect his potential to be anything special. Reece Brown has gone up by 1. We haven't really played him much, though, Reece Brown, the youngster. And Jacob Murphy, he's not doing too great. Fabrini and Barrera are both up by 1. Chadham's up by 2, which is nice to see, despite what I would say is very subpar to average form. Donaldson in decline, which is a real shame, because so far Donaldson has just about matched Che Adams' performances, despite being currently 2 ratings lower. Now we've got a game against Blackburn Rovers, and this is a game that we have to turn our crap around. Otherwise, it's just not going to go well. You can see we're walking out onto the field now, and I don't know, there's an air of nervousness in this game. We were losing so many games in a row that we really needed something, and that just rounds it up. When the first highlight is half-time, it really rounds up how dreadful this game has been. 0-0 at half-time. Literally, I couldn't find anything worth putting in. There might have been the odd chance, but it was so unconvincing that it was dreadful. Blackburn get the best chance of the game in the 69th minute, I believe was that, or the 59th of one of them, and it hit the bar. So they come closest with a very close chance, and for some reason, I have decided to show this chance again. God knows what's going on here. Let me sort this out for you guys. There we go, and here's the next chance here. It does fall to us, in fact, and Che Adams releases a shot with the left foot, and unfortunately for him, it is saved very well by Jason Steele, I believe, in goal for Blackburn. And then we've got Magoma on the left wing on the yellow card. He whips a brilliant ball in, but it's just too close to the keeper. And any ball within the 6-yard area that is crossed in this year, it doesn't look like we can ever win it. And unfortunately, we go in at at full time, 0-0. No goals in 3 games. That is a massive amount of football with no goals. In fact, 270 minutes worth of football, more with added time, with additional time. So this is a real problem, and we need a fresh start next episode. This has been the worst episode, ever. Genuinely, 2 losses and a draw. How bad's that? And we need to sort this out, otherwise we will fall down the league quickly. I do thank you for watching. Make sure you return for the next episode, which is tomorrow on New Year's Day. It is a fresh year, hopefully a fresh start for Blues too.